Have you experienced the awesome power of the Panasonic Real 3DO system? Obviously.
Presenting 3DO, the most advanced home gaming system in the universe. It's time to put away your toys.
3DO from Panasonic, Gold Star, and Creative Labs. A new low price and free games.
Mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO.
3DO.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO Retrospective Podcast, where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Threk. How you doing, Threk?
I'm finally awake, Bill, after, it sucks when you get a full night's sleep and you're like, why am I tired as shit? The hell happened to me? Everything sucks, but it's okay. How are you doing?
I'm fine. It's been rainy and disgusting up here all week, and all day, I should say. And I had a very slow day of work. I forgot my radio, like when I was leaving the house this morning, so I had no radio all day. I was just like, this is the worst. Like, I've made the worst decision.
I've had those where it's like I go to the office and I forget my headphones, and I'm like, oh no, I have to like deal with the sounds of the office all day. Fucking kill me. I feel bad for like my coworker who's like right next to me, because like for the 3 years he's been there, he hasn't brought any headphones in. And it's like, you've been raw dogging it this whole time. I keep telling him, dude, just get some. It'll make your life so much easier. But
see, we're not allowed to have headphones where I work, so we just have like this like mutual understanding that we're all gonna play whatever the fuck we want, and no one complains, and we're all just gonna be happy.
Yeah,
we all deal with it. So there's like just this cacophony of the weirdest fucking shit in that room.
Yeah, I mean, considering I work in an office, and it's not often somebody like peeks their head into my cubicle and asks me a question. So though usually I just leave one in because phone calls and shit. People call me about stuff. So, but every once in a while I put in the two. I did today, because we'll get into it when we get into the news. But today was Sonic's 35th birthday. So congratulations, Sonic. And because of the day, I listened to the entire soundtracks of 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles.
Probably some
which
of the
are
best music
honestly some of my favorite music ever made by anybody.
Like
I love those songs so much. Like, this might be a tough question for you, Bill, but what's your favorite track from each game? I'll give you the 4 to make it easier.
Okay, Sonic 1. Sonic 1 is the hardest because honestly,
they're all good. They're all amazingly good.
I'd say Spring Yard Zone. I love Spring Yard Zone.
Okay.
Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is hard too.
There's not a bad track in 2.
Yeah.
God, Nakamura. Jesus.
Fuck. Sonic 2 is actually, I think, the hardest. Maybe, yeah. What's the final level? The one with the fucking enemies
Death
from
Egg?
Hell? No.
Wing Fortress?
No. Sky Chase. I love Sky Chase.
Sky Chase, yeah. In my little guest appearance on Chillscape, Aaron's little chill video game podcast, go listen to it. I was the guest host for the Sega one, and naturally, I threw in Sky Chase from Sonic 2.
Nice,
a real nice chill tune, yeah. And then you can do 3 and Knuckles.
Okay,
because I couldn't pick one track from that whole thing.
3 is also hard because
each act had like the track is different.
You also have to take into account too, like the tracks where the MJ tracks that were taken out. Like,
I mean, those are the canon ones. Okay, I don't care what Sega says; they're the canon ones. I know they can't say that for legal reasons, but I don't care about getting sued. So they're the real ones.
Because I mean, like you got like the funny ones, like the Sonic 3 ending music, which is literally just Stranger in Moscow. But
well, I think it's okay. Blood on the Dance Floor has the Knuckles. Like the drum beat,
and then
it's thrown in Stranger or not. It's Blood on the Dance Floor, like it's in the middle of there. In fact, I think one day I was watching the music video and I literally like timed it. I'm like, is that the Knuckles thing? And I got a ton of likes out of it.
Because I know the ending theme after you beat a Big Arm, that is legitimately just Stranger in Moscow, like note for note.
Oh yeah,
and then which that was removed when you combine the games, but And then Carnival Night is just jam. Like jam's just in there.
It's basically a circus jam.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you've listened to Jam, it's not the same song, but it has a lot of variations.
You'll notice the section when you listen to them side by side. You'll notice the sections right away. You'll go
do.
Yep.
Like that's the same like horn break in Jam. Yeah.
Or like the part that's like the like in the middle.
Oh,
like all that shit like that. If I was gonna pick a track though, it's probably Hydrosity. I know that's like the easy
one or two.
The first one. I love the slow drum beat in the start.
Okay. Yeah. Both of those songs are so fucking
They are.
incredible.
Well,
oh my god.
Also,
Who did those two?
Oh.
Is it Drawson?
No, the first Drawson didn't come until in Knuckles. I don't believe.
Okay. I don't know who did that.
I don't either.
Because the MJ tracks are Carnival Night, Ice Cap, Launch Bass for the zones, and then like the Knuckles drum beat and then the ending theme. But for those early ones, like up to Marble Garden, I have no idea. Because when it comes to the music, everybody just talks about the Michael Jackson stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, Howard Drawson came in later. I don't know. And I feel shitty. I should know because those tunes are so fucking good. Oh my God.
They are.
Hold on. I need to find out. Hold on. You keep talking.
An honorable mention to the special stage music. I love that song.
Oh yeah. Especially when you hear it like
Blue Sphere.
not speeding. Yeah, Blue Sphere, Blue Ball. Yeah.
Blue Balls. I think what the test name for that stage was Blue Balls, and they changed it for
that's
reasons.
amazing. Yeah. See, when it comes to the fucking soundtrack, no, I don't know if anybody.
It's one giant question mark because nobody knows.
Because the first person on here is just Brad Buxer, who was MJ's like songwriter at the time, like songwriting partner at the time.
Yep.
So I don't know. I genuinely have no idea because when it comes to the music, everybody just talks about the Michael Jackson stuff. And I'm like, maybe Drawson did some. I mean, Jun Senaway is credited in here as well.
So Jun Senaway did he did this not the special stage but the bonus stage music, like the pinball thing. Like
okay,
he did those 3 tracks. Those are the ones I know he did.
Yeah, so it's a whole thing. I don't fully know who did the other tracks because those like Hydrosity and all that still exist, so those ones are fine. So I'm thinking he didn't have a hand in them, but like I don't. Again, it's one of those things. I think we'll never truly know the full story, so it just kind of is what it is. And like specific tracks had more of an issue than others, so I think that's kind of why. Again, I'm not sure. Yeah,
there's like 12 composers listed for this.
I know, and it was all like Jackson's songwriting team on the Dangerous album. Like it's all the same people.
Jesus Christ!
And those people over the years, well, I think we've talked about it before, but like after Jackson's death is when some of these people would go on podcasts and they would be asked about Sonic 3 stuff, and they would say, "Yeah, Sega never credited us," and they were like going to threaten legal action because they kept re-releasing it and they didn't get any royalties at all from it. So, and the only thing I could guess as to why they chirped about it afterwards was maybe MJ and Sega had like a handshake gentleman's agreement kind of a thing, and MJ kind of like put everything at bay kind of a thing. That's the only thing I could guess because it didn't become a problem till after he died. So maybe there was something that happened, but again, no, like the people who can actually talk about it are either dead or not willing to talk.
Yeah, it's
because it'll open a can of worms if they actually say anything.
Yeah. And Knuckles.
Yeah, you gotta give me a Knuckles one.
It's also hard. Fucking whole soundtrack's phenomenal.
Yeah,
so I think it's actually Hidden Palace Zone. The song that plays
Hidden Palace is from 2.
It's technically Lava Reef Act 2, but the fanon name is Hidden Palace Zone.
Okay, it's not the same tune, but there are some similarities there.
Yeah, that song though.
Yeah, that one's really nice. So,
better than the first Love, because I know the first
Lava Reef Act 1 is good too. Though
it's a good song, but I think people overrate it. It's kind of like Ice Cap Zone.
Yeah, it's Ice Cap, but it has like thicker bass on it.
Because I know when the game back in the day when the game first came out, it was those two, like Ice Cap and that song, were like the two that everyone was like, these are the best Sonic songs ever. And I'm like, they're good, but
They're both very good, yeah. And you can tell Knuckles, like the drum samples in Knuckles are like significantly improved from 3. I don't know if
Yes.
you ever noticed that, but like the production, like on even on the like the percussion sounds much more improved on Knuckles, because I think Knuckles had a little bit more time in the oven since they split them up. So that might explain, or maybe just Drawson had a better handle on the hardware as far as the sound goes, because he did a shit ton of songs back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, Sonic 1, I've always liked Starlight Zone. Always really like that one. Sonic
is
2. See, my favorite in Sonic 2 for the longest time was Mystic Cave. That song is so fucking banging. But over the years, like Casino Night, of course. Got fucking Hilltop is really good. Metropolis Zone. I've always liked with the DJ scratching on. It's really nice. But if I had to pick one, it's Mystic Cave. There's a guy on Instagram. I forget his handle, but every Monday, it's Mystic Cave Monday, and he does like the little same like Instagram reel dance to Mystic Cave every Monday, and it's fucking awesome. And actually Sega has retweeted him once or twice, so they're aware of it, which is really cool. In Sonic 3, yeah, Hydrocity. Again, both of them are just like so fucking good. But like Marble Garden Act 2, I've always really liked. Launch Base Act 2, always really liked that one as well. Yeah, probably Hydrocity Zone Act 2 is probably my favorite.
That one is really good too.
Yeah, just the way it like builds up, you know, and then gets me every time. And then Sonic and Knuckles. I've always liked Death Egg Zone Act 1. It's very like heavy, like techno or something, you know, just has this like industrial kind of quality to it that was appreciated. So yeah, good stuff, man. We can talk about Sonic music all fucking day.
Yeah, we really could.
But yeah, I guess we'll segue into the news then, because Sega did their 35th anniversary stream for Sonic today. It was just kind of like a loose stream where they raised some money for St. Jude's. And they announced some stuff, like there was a new Jun Sunaway song with Nate Wants to Battle. I have no idea who that is. I'm assuming it's just some
He's a
content creator who likes Sonic.
He's a YouTuber. When they did those the Sonic 30th anniversary concerts, like during COVID, he was one of the guest singers. That he basically sang all the Ted Poley and Tony Harnell songs that they obviously weren't there for.
Yeah. So
because I know Gio was there for all his songs, but he sang pretty much all the other stuff. He's a decent singer. He's got some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, his voice fits well. And so yeah, they did the new song. It's called Speed Is My Life, and it's cute. It's fine. You know, it is what it is. It's kind of what you expect. They also shadow dropped, this had been rumored for a while, the definitive edition of Sonic Frontiers coming to Switch 2. I think it's just on Switch 2, but it's basically Sonic Frontiers with all the DLC and everything just on one cart. I think it's a cart, not a key card. I hope it's a cart at least. So, and I have all the DLC content for Frontiers. I think it was most of it was free anyways, like the story stuff. I've been meaning to go back to Frontiers for a while. So, and to actually play all that DLC because I haven't played it yet. And then they announced some new characters for Sonic Cross Worlds. Guys, later today, they're adding in Sonic in the Sonic racing game. Can you believe it? But specifically, it's classic chubby Sonic. I'm surprised he wasn't there immediately, honestly.
I know, considering he's just like his own character now at this point.
Yeah. And then they're throwing in, I believe that's Axel from Crazy Taxi. And then, oh, God damn it. What's the name of the monkey from Samba de Amigo?
I think it's Samba de Amigo.
Well, it's that monkey. He's showing up in there too. Why not?
1 second here.
Yeah.
Damn it, they don't say his name.
him.
Yeah,
him. And then
his name is just Amigo.
Amigo.
It's literally just Amigo.
Friend. Yeah, he's just friend. So yeah, he's coming in too. Which sure, why not, right? And then I guess also after the stream, I Am 8-Bit posted up their re-releasing Sonic 1 and 2 carts, which are I guess these fancy edition, like they're like different looking carts, like the box art's slightly different, and I guess 1 and 8 of them light up or whatever, and they're like $50 a pop and everything. And I'm like, I could make a really dumb financial decision and pre-order both of these, but I will hold off because I have both original. I have both copies that I grew up playing. I'm good. And if I want to play, and usually if I want to play these games, I'll usually like boot up the Origins collection or, just like play like an emulated version, like I don't often go back and play the original version.
If I want to play these games, I have about 1,000 different options.
Like Sonic 1 is one of, if not the most ported game of all time. So
like if you're going to play Sonic 1 or 2, you're playing the Origins versions because they're just the Christian Whitehead versions.
Exactly. Or, if you have Switch Online, if you have the expansion, you can boot up Sonic. I still don't know why Sonic 1 isn't in there. Doesn't make any sense to me. But Sonic 2's in there. So you can play that version.
Or you can buy those M2 versions that just exist on the store.
Or you could just go borrow them from the Internet Archive. I don't think Sega really cares that much. So yeah, a big old Sonic.
Or you can play Sonic Genesis if you want to really be a masochist.
No, only freaks like us will play that. So. But yeah, happy birthday, Sonic. They didn't talk about, I think the big thing hanging over the head of Sonic right now is the next game. The Frontiers follow-up, basically. And I'm surprised they haven't really said anything. They've hinted at, like, we have other things to talk about, but not yet. And even in Sega's financial report, they talked about, I think it was like 2 big IP games they haven't announced yet, being released before March 31st of next year. And I'm assuming one of those is the next Sonic game. Maybe with all the GTA 6 bullshit, they're just trying to find the right time to slot it in there, Could you imagine if it was like releasing like around the same time as GTA 6? I'm going to be like, I'll be the guy being like, can I get Sonic, please? GTA? Fuck that. Give me Sonic, please.
Yeah. Well, that was like when goddamn Diablo fucking 3 came out, and I was the idiot who bought Sonic 4 Episode 2. I was like, yeah. And then I bought Diablo 3 like a week later.
Yeah, but that would be my guess as to why we haven't seen anything from it yet. Because I thought for sure it would be at SGF, like in that whole span of stuff. Nope, it wasn't there at all.
I am convinced GTA 6 is like this looming, just like it's like the Grim Reaper over the gaming industry, and they're just waiting for it to get a concrete date so they can finally.
Well, it has a concrete date, November 19th.
I'm convinced they're still skeptical of that. Like,
I don't think they're moving it. I really don't. We'll get into that in a second. But if I had to guess, though, I think the next Sonic game, I could see it getting revealed at like the inevitable September Nintendo Direct. I could see it. If it doesn't show up there, then I would be like, it's something. Either it
just gets shown up at a State of Play for some reason.
That would be weird. I mean, it's happened before, so we'll see. I'm ready to play a new mainline Sonic game. It's been last one was 22, right? We weren't doing this show yet.
No, we weren't.
No, so that's how it's been at least 3 years.
I think maybe like I did the 3 episodes, but
it's been at least 3 years. So I'm ready. And if they end up announcing the next one, then it'll give me all the reason to play through Frontiers again, especially if it's going to take that concept and refine it, which I hope is what they do. So anyway, speaking of GTA, Rockstar revealed the official cover art for 6. So they're retaining the collage form like before, which is cool. Good. Well, because the placeholder art they had for a while, which was like the 2 main characters, like the guy holding the gun or whatever, I liked that art. And if that was the official art, I would have been fine with it. But they're keeping the collage, which I've always loved the collages. We love the collages. In fact, I did not know this until somebody brought it up to me, and they said every mainline GTA, the top left is a helicopter from GTA 3 onwards. And I looked at them. 3, Vice City, San Andreas, 4, 5, and 6. Top left is a helicopter.
In fact, not going on GameEye to confirm this right now.
Liberty and Vice City Stories also are helicopters. The only one that isn't is Chinatown Wars. It's a motorcycle. But I guess that's not considered mainline because it's a handheld spin-off-y thing.
Right.
Yeah. There are weird consistencies throughout the collages that I'm actually kind of impressed they've kept up all these years. So, and they said pre-orders are opening on the 25th of June, like officially, which that says to me, the release date is November the 19th. I think they're stuck on it, especially if they're going to start opening pre-orders on like the digital storefronts. And I think even like Best Buy and Walmart everywhere. So that says to me 19th is set. It's not moving at this point. Because why would they open pre-orders if they think it's going to get delayed again?
Well,
I mean, you can, but I'm not expecting it.
I say this as someone who pre-ordered Persona 5 and it got delayed 4 times, but
different game though.
I know. I'm just
Yeah. So
I'm always skeptical.
Yeah.
Of these things.
Well, so when we get on next week, we'll probably see what the price is because you have to know when you pre-order it, right? So,
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to be?
I'm expecting 90 to 80 to 90.
I'm thinking 80. I think 80 is what they can get away with. 70 would be like, I'll be like, how about that? 60 would be
like
60
they're gonna need the goddamn money.
I mean, 60 would be shocking. I would actually maybe pre-order it at $60.
$60, they'd still make their money back before it even comes out.
Oh, easy. I mean, they're going to no matter what. But like, yeah, 60 would be shocking, and I would probably pre-order it, but it's not going to be 60. 70, I would be like, oh, not bad. I wouldn't pre-order it though. 80 is what I'm expecting because I think they can get away with it. Beyond that, I think is like, you're kind of asking a little too much at that point. I mean, I get it. This game has probably spent over $1 billion in production and has been in the works for years. I think development on it officially began in like 2017, 2018, around Red Dead 2 finishing up. So, you know, we shall see. And yeah, we all know it'll sell 10 million copies in like an hour. So it's going to be crazy. In fact, I just learned this the other day. How many copies of GTA 5 do you think have sold so far? Don't look it up. What do you think?
I don't want to say 1 billion, but it's got to be in the high millions.
It has not sold 1 billion copies.
That's
Are you
what
kidding
I'm
me?
saying. You never know.
It is not the number one selling game of all time. That's still
That's-
Minecraft.
Yeah, if you don't count Tetris by technicality.
Yeah, Tetris don't count. How
much
it has sold over 230 million copies.
Yeah, that's about right.
Which is insane. I mean, I bought a copy, so I'm in there somewhere. Back in the PS4 days, I bought it.
I bought it twice because I bought it
Yeah.
PS3 originally, and then I bought the PS4 version because it was on sale.
Yeah, and it pops in and out of Game Pass. In fact, I think the PS4 and Xbox One owners get the digital upgrade to the 5 and series for free now. Sure. It probably runs a little bit better.
The game's basically public domain by this point.
I mean, I have not played that game. When's the last time I played GTA 5? It's probably like 2018, 2019, maybe. It was like the last time I ever bothered playing it. And I've just been good. I have no desire to play it ever again.
Last time I played it was like 2015.
Yeah, like I beat the story. I messed around in online. I was like, I'm good. I don't ever want to play this game again.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. So yeah, we'll talk about the price next week. So we'll see. And speaking of price, just out of the blue today, Valve decided to finally unveil the price of the Steam machine.
It went about as well as you expect.
Oh boy! So it for those who don't know, I'll let you know right here. So the 5 gigabyte model of the Steam machine, the cheapest one you can get, that doesn't include a controller, by the way, is $1,049. With the Steam controller, it is $1,128. The 2 terabyte model, without the controller, is $1,349, and the 2 terabyte with the controller is $1,428. Sorry,
how expensive is the controller by itself?
I have a lot apparently. If it's bumping it by like over $50, like probably 60, 70, which is what the normal price of controllers these days. Remember when brand new controls used to be $20, but they didn't have like all this weird tech shoved in them? You know, like a brand new PS2 controller was what, $20, 25 maybe. Yeah,
memory cards were goddamn more expensive. Think about that one for a minute.
Yeah, no, I remember. So yeah, the prices are ridiculous. They're being sold on a first come first serve basis, or something like that. But like you can register in a queue. But I guess it's being like randomized. I think again, it's trying to avoid scalping and bots. You know, Valve I think fights that probably more than the other ones do. So, you know, they're trying, but the reaction online has been about what you expect, which is everyone going, Jesus fucking Christ, this is ridiculous. Because for those prices, you could get a beefier PC than what the specs of like the Steam machine are, like very much so. And somebody at Valve did say that it was priced significantly higher than they wanted it to be. They're just talking about, it's like component prices, the AI bullshit. Like it's so funny. Everybody, instead of like getting mad at Valve for having the price so high, they're getting mad at AI for causing the price to go up. It's everybody coddling Valve because, oh, precious Valve, it's not your fault. You had to raise the prices, but if it was like anybody else raising the prices,
Sony or Microsoft
if it was the other three, everyone would be like, fuck you, you greedy bitch.
Well, but the Nintendo fanboys would coddle Nintendo because they fucking...
No, people always get mad when they raise prices.
Yeah, but then they still come back and they're like, yes, daddy, please.
But they'll buy it anyways, yeah. And there will be people who buy this right away. There will be. But it's not going to make the sales. Because this thing, if it was priced more competitively, like in the $700-800 range, I think would have been a lot more competitive. And I think would have actually made a dent in the console market.
This thing screams Neo Geo to me.
Yeah, but when Valve talk about the component prices and AI and everything being too high, like they're right. They're not wrong.
Oh, they're right.
Because I think they were probably looking at it going, man, we probably could have got away with this being like $750. They could have got away with that because they probably would have subsidized the hardware a little bit because they did with Steam Deck, where Gabe had said when they were putting out the Steam Deck, he priced it lower than he wanted. But he's like, you got to be competitive and get into the market, and you have to subsidize the hardware to get people in, right? And it worked. The Steam Deck made a dent in the market, and the Steam machine could have made a dent in the market as well. But they probably looked at the whole economic situation of right now. When did Steam Deck come out? Like 21, 22? It's been a few years. The situation was different back then, So it's probably a case of Valve looking at it and they're like, yeah, we can't they might be selling these at a loss already, or maybe like just breaking even. You know what I mean? Like, I doubt they're making, like, if they are making a profit on this thing, it ain't by much.
I think they're going to honestly, I think they're selling it at a loss by the fact that I don't think they're going to make their money back on the amount they produce.
No. And it's a shame because the thing could have been something really cool and really special. And when they first announced it, I was really excited about it and wanted to grab one. But unfortunately, just everything that's gone on, it's just made it more expensive for these things to exist at a competitive price, which really sucks.
Because I'm like trying to think now, I'm like, who is this like aimed at? Because like I'm thinking like, because now, especially price wise, you could just get it if you're a PC person, just get a PC, and if you're a console person,
they probably already have one.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're a console person, just get a fucking PS5 for Series.
No, you get a PS5 Pro for cheaper.
I know, which is sad.
Which is crazy when you think about it. Like I think the Steam machine, it was aimed at like console players who wanted access to the PC market in a form factor that they were used to at a price range that they would have been comfortable with. I think that was the original idea. And I like Giant Bomb, I think Dan Reichert of Giant Bomb reviewed it. I didn't watch the video, but the title was A Beginner's PC at an Enthusiast's Price. And I think that's the best way to describe it. I think it was meant to be like getting somebody into PC gaming who was, too, like it appeared too daunting to them for one reason or another. Put this little box under your TV. It goes you into Steam big picture mode, which is just like any of the other console UIs. You do your thing, you're good to go, right? I think that was the initial idea, but it just kind of got sidelined by all of this, component AI data center bullshit. So it does suck.
Yeah.
Maybe in 2 years I'll find one on the used market for a decent price and I'll buy one. If I can get one for like, I'd be willing to go 800 on the thing. I'd be willing to, but
I was just curious. I had to go to the inflation calculator to figure this out. I was like, would the 3DO by inflation standards be cheaper today? No, the 3DO in today's money would be 1,600. So
Jesus Christ.
Score.
Yeah. But yeah, it sucks, man, but it is what it is. I don't even think they gave a proper release date for the thing.
I think they're probably like waiting to see how this goes.
I think it's like pre-orders open for this the same day as GTA 5 on the 25th. So
You know what? I'm actually a little curious. I'm wondering if they're gonna build these things by pre-order. Like they're only gonna make what they need.
you know they might.
So it might be one of those you pre-order and then it'll be out when it's done kind of situations.
Weren't they doing that with the Steam Deck kind of?
Kind
At
of
first-
for a while.
Up front, yeah. When they weren't sure how it was going to go, yeah, they were just kind of making them by
Well,
order.
'cause
But,
that was
but it
smart,
did so
though.
well, they started producing like a bunch of them.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that was smart though because going up against Nintendo and handhelds is like suicide most of the time. So
But
it's
they're
kind
not
of
directly competing with Nintendo.
that's what people realized once they actually saw the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Good, but initially the reaction was, well, this is going to go the same way the Vita or the Game Gear went, and then people actually realized what it was, and they were like, oh, it's one of those for like the psychos kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see like a more casual person just having a little handheld where they could just play a bunch of games
Yeah,
and not really care about it. You know, like I feel like with the Steam Deck, which, you know, I've never used before, but I imagine if you're somebody who, you know, isn't really an enthusiast and likes the idea of having a little handheld device that just plays a shit ton of games on it, and then you could just have it like, you know, in your lap while, you know, your kids are watching some stupid show on the TV, like it works out, you know, and I'm sure there are people who that's what they do and they're happy with it. So, you know, just unfortunate circumstances, I guess. And speaking of price increases, Nintendo Switch Online is getting a price increase in Japan currently. So I guess right now, so I always forget the individual plan, like the non-expansion, you can do 1, 3, or 12 months. I always forget that because the expansion is you can only do 12 months. They don't let you split it up, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. But basically I'll just do the Switch Online expansion pack version. It originally was 4,900 yen, which was $30.35. It's now 5,900 yen, $36.55. And if you look at all the other ones, like they're not major increases, you know, like say like a 1 month individual plan of Nintendo Switch Online was 306 yen or $1.89. It's now 400 yen or $2.47. So a small increase, nothing crazy.
I wonder if that has more to do with because the yen is so weak right now.
In the VGC article, they do mention that, like, you know, yeah, the yen is pretty weak right now. It's near its lowest levels compared to the dollar since 1986.
Yeah,
you know,
that's why there's so many goddamn.
I mean, if any of you have played the Yakuza games, you may know a little bit about Japan's economy in the 1980s and how it was kind of overinflated, and then they you know hit a pretty, like, they stagnated, and they've kind of been there ever since.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
That's the reason why
you could read about Japanese economy history. It's kind of interesting.
It is. There's a reason why there's a lot of tourists going to Japan right now.
Well, and also Japan culture is very popular in the West as well. So
it is, but there's also other reasons because you get a pretty affordable vacation right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Just don't act like a jackass because they don't like it there.
Yeah, they don't. But of course, some people are like, hey, I mean, they might raise prices in other regions, maybe.
I mean, at this point, I'm just expecting everything to go up.
Yeah. I mean, if they say like, oh, NSO, I think NSO with the expansion is like $50 a year.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So if they're like, oh, we got to bump it to like 55, I just go, okay, whatever, I guess.
$5 extra a year.
Yeah, it's not a crazy price. And, you know, it's nice having the classic game catalog when they decide to throw a game on there. So,
yeah,
you know,
there's Mario Brothers again, and you will like it.
Or hear this bullshit Donkey Kong challenge shit. It's weird. Let's see here. Oh, Capcom's doing a presentation also on the 25th. It's going to be a busy day. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern. They just said a Capcom Spotlight arrives. It's focused on Monster Hunter Stories 3, Dragon's Dogma 2, and Onimusha Way of the Sword. Tune in to the 30-minute live stream for a roundup of latest news and updates on our announced lineup of games. So I think that implies we're not getting any new shit. You know, sorry, no Ace Attorney 7 yet. I keep hearing it's real, okay?
The fans are just crying in the corner right now. Like we've just accepted it, and we're just like, yeah, we'll get a game.
I mean, a surprise in there. They could actually show us some gameplay of the new Mega Man. because they've already announced it. I'd like to see what that powered up thing is. Is it just Mega Man 12 and they just don't want to call it 12?
Probably. I guess because numbers are cliche now. I don't know.
I mean, once you get to a certain high number, it's like, who fucking cares? Just keep.
I like
it the
watching
number.
numbers. I like watching numbers go
Yeah.
up. So I don't know.
But imagine if Call of Duty was like, this is Call of Duty 20. It would be funny.
It would be funny. I mean, I still think one of the funniest names ever is still 4 Modern Warfare, just because that's such a relic. Like
And now it's modern. And now the new one this year is Modern Warfare 4,
yeah.
and people are already confused.
I wish like James Rolfe would come back and do another chronologically confused about video game titles.
Well, because when they all just are subtitles, because it's like, oh, the subtitle it makes it feels more individualized, but you get to a point where it's like,
God,
yeah,
it
but
makes
like,
it a.
but then you're like, what order are these fucking games in?
Yeah.
You know?
Final Fantasy had it right. Just add another fucking line.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy, yeah, they're just gonna keep numbering those to the end of time. Like, don't stop.
When you use Roman numerals, that's kind of like your excuse. That's kind of your thing at this
Yeah,
point.
just 17, 18, 19, 20. Just do it. It's fine. It's fine. In like 30 years, we'll be like, I can't wait to play Final Fantasy 41.
I can't wait to play Final Fantasy XI 720 for no scope, whatever.
And Knuckles.
2K6.
Yeah. But speaking of Call of Duty, we'll have our little last bit, which is, Call
The
of Duty.
Persona stuff too.
Okay, well, Call of Duty related, then Bill needs to give his Persona spiel.
Yep.
So it had been through the rumor mill for a while that Activision was doing something with Black Ops 1 and 2 specifically. And they confirmed that Black Ops 1 and 2 are getting ported to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, courtesy of Iron Galaxy, who did the Tony Hawk 3 and 4. And from what I know, they are just ports. They are not remasters or remakes in any stretch. We don't really have that much information on them, but basically, those games are stuck on PS3. That's just where they've always been. So now they're finally, I guess, just out of the blue, they're like, okay, fine, let's just put them in there. And I guess they're making new servers just for these ports. They're going to have campaign multiplayer and zombies, so it's just going to be like the old games. And from what I gather, yeah, there's not really anything in terms of like major updates or anything that they're doing for these. Like, it's not Modern Warfare 1 or 2 remastered, where they actually went in and did a lot of work to them. 1 more than 2. So as far as I know, these aren't coming to Xbox or PC, because if you're on Xbox, you've had the backwards compatible versions for a while now, and that's how I play them. And then on PC, they've been on Steam since they launched. But both games did get discounted, because on Steam, Black Ops 1 and 2 were still like $60 a pop. Like, guys, come on. They knocked them down to $40. Whew. Wow. A game from 2010 costing $40. And they're even still selling.
Nintendo's like, what's wrong with that?
We sold it 60. And they're still, and you can still buy all the DLC. You still have to buy that shit. But they've knocked down the prices of those as well. So like, whatever. If you just want all the maps, I'm trying to think if I bought all the maps for Black Ops 1. Maybe I did, because I do like playing Black Ops 1 still quite a bit. The only thing, when I saw this, I was like, if they are doing like new servers and maybe cleaning up the servers, it'd be nice if they did them for Xbox and PC, because the chances of you running into hackers in those games is higher than it should be.
Yeah, people can hack your computers now, apparently through through those servers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you'll run into like people who are like, doing all kinds of weird mods and cheats in the servers, and if you get into one of those, you're kind of fucked. It's like, shit, this sucks. Though in my experience with 1, you can run into people just playing the game and you're fine. Like, you still can run into that, and when you do, it's a lot of fun. So I hope that maybe for Xbox and PC, they clean up the servers, and maybe could we get some cross play? That would be nice. I'm not sure how you make that work with an old game, but I would love if they were just like, you know what, fuck it. PlayStation people, Xbox people, PC people, just put them together. Or at the very least, both consoles. Because I would love to smoke some like 10-year-olds on PS5 who have never played Black Ops 1 before and hop into the multiplayer, and I just smoke them. That would be a fun time.
Bully the squeakers. Yes.
Oh, I'd love to. You know, if they at least cross-platform the consoles, I would be happy. Because I get why maybe they wouldn't want to with PC, but fuck it, bring them in too. Why not? Let's go fucking. This game's from 2010 and 2012. Who cares?
PC players are just beating on everybody with their fucking mouse and keyboard.
Well, with like, you know, console players, they get the aim assist and all this other kind of stuff. So, you know, and I've beaten PC players in these games before. It's not really that difficult. It's not as much of an advantage. It's just a different play style, you know? So, but yeah. And that was all I had. Bill, you have something?
Yeah, so out of the blue, Atlas decided to do a further Persona 4 revival station thing, like broadcast, I guess they're calling it.
Station Square. Oh shit. Wrong game.
That would have been more fun, honestly. So this broadcast was essentially just showing more of the game. It was very much a lot of like, it basically confirmed a lot of stuff that we already knew. I have to say the broadcast was clearly written for people who have never played a Persona in their life, because my God, they treated us like we were 5. They're like, this is a Persona. And I'm just like, the people watching this fucking know, dude.
It's a thing you see with a lot of games these days, where it's like they're treating every game like this could be somebody's first entry in the series, and it's like, but like they're not idiots.
Oh, the best was the guy who they got to narrate it was clearly reading from a script the whole time, because he like mispronounces fucking everything in the fucking thing.
So is his first take? They didn't give him a second take, or go like, oh, sir, it's pronounced Yukiko.
Oh, he literally calls her Yukiko, and I'm just like, oh God, I'm like, all right.
I think I said that at one point.
But stuff like that, I didn't care. That was whatever. I was just kind of like, this guy was the intern they hired up the street,
and I guess they're like, oh, you can only read through this once.
Probably. Well, he probably did it live. Let's be real.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Do it live. We're doing it live.
God, I'd love to hear Bill O'Reilly narrate a Persona game.
It would be interesting. So the other thing,
it makes sense. A lot of touching people.
I will say, so the one thing I thought was hilarious was they started off, but they're like, but before we get into our presentation, we first want to give a brief history of Persona. And they show like 2 seconds of gameplay of Persona 1 and then immediately just start talking about Persona 4. And I'm like, okay.
I didn't watch any of this because I wasn't that interested. So this is like when Alex did the Twilight stuff for you. So I'm just getting all this from you.
Yeah, I laughed at that. And then my favorite thing was they were like, all the Persona games have their own standalone plots, which means they have standalone plots.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what that means. Yes.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
I was like, okay.
I hope they do this for 6.
Oh my God. It was really bad. But
because at least for 6, it's like it's a brand new game and it's been a long time since the last one. Like that makes some more sense.
Yeah. So in terms of actually like explaining the game, they basically just explained Persona 4. Like they basically did it the whole explain it like I'm 5 method, where they were like, this is the main character. He is from the yada yada. And they go through all the characters.
You play as you.
Well, they call him the protagonist throughout the whole thing, but
the canon name is always weird.
Canonically, I believe it is you, but they're gonna just call him the protagonist because you get to envision yourself. But
yeah, I've always wanted to be a silver-haired Japanese schoolboy who everybody loves on sight.
Yeah, even though he's got the personality of a cardboard box in the game.
At least Joker's like sassy.
Yeah. Well, in the anime, you is a fucking mimetic badass, but that's because the anime actually gave him a fucking personality.
Yeah, exactly.
So getting past the actual what they showed, the main thing I found interesting was they showed a lot of the music throughout the game, which is remixed, and I have to say, sounds pretty good. All the familiar tracks are there.
So nothing was re-recorded.
Actually, no, I think it was fully re-recorded. That's what I meant.
I'm surprised they went that far.
They sound different. Like they sound significantly different.
Interesting. Are they going to give you the option for the original or the new?
They didn't specify.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's going to be like 3, where they probably don't. But
okay.
But
I mean, those songs are so good, anyways, that I mean, I would be curious to hear a remade version of Heartbeat Heartbreak.
That was in the trailer. It sounds good.
Okay.
Heartbreak was there. Time to Make History. I can't remember the name of it right
Signs of Love.
Signs of Love. I heard Signs of Love.
Yeah.
One thing I found interesting was that song from the trailer we got at the Xbox showcase. That plays at one point, and it seemed to kind of imply that it was going to be the new battle theme, which I'm not sure. I like the song, but I'm not sure if I like it as a battle theme or not. But they still showed Time to Make History, so that's why I'm not sure.
Maybe it could be replacing the original PS2 battle theme that most people don't care for.
Oh, the Preemptive Strike song.
Preemptive Strike, yeah. I've never been a big fan of that one. Time to Make History is so much better.
Time to Make History is better. I don't hate the original, but I actually kind of like it more as a special one-off song rather than a...
The way Golden, like the certain parameters to where you get either or, I like. To where it's like, oh, if you do it in a certain way, you'll get this track, or if you do it in a way, you get this one, kind of thing.
The one thing I was a little not so high on was that they showed a lot of the dungeons and they look like they're just one-to-one recreations, which I'm a little bummed about.
I mean, I've always liked the design of the dungeons.
Well, from a design standpoint, they look good, but they are very basic. Like I was hoping for some 5 updates.
Like them set up 5.
Make them less flat because they are very flat.
Okay. I get where you're coming from.
I like them, but I would have liked
Dungeons and 3 Reload are fairly flat too.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of assuming they're just going to be one-to-one recreations. Did
one of the trailers have the 8-bit dungeon theme in it?
I did not see that one. They mostly showcased the castle, the bathhouse, and I think I saw a bit of Risei's dungeon.
Okay. Yeah, because usually with Persona stuff, they don't go too deep. And as far as showing, because the 8-bit dungeon when I played through the game was a complete surprise to me.
Yeah, that I'm hoping they keep that a surprise for the people who this is going to be their first time.
Yeah, I would I'd be curious to the remade version of that theme.
I think they also might not be showing that one because there's potentially spoilers with that dungeon.
That's true. I'll be curious to the difficulty of this because I didn't think 4 was a particularly hard game when you played it the standard difficulty.
I'm sure
there's all those parameters in there as well.
I'm sure they're going to do what the standard has been, where they're going to have it's going to be normal. It's going to be easy, normal, hard, very easy. Yeah. Basically,
and then in the Golden re-release, you could even add I think it was accessibility stuff where you could be oh, do this, do that, whatever.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be kind of like that. The main thing this trailer showcased was the graphical updates, which it's very pretty. I'll say
it looks like it's in the 3 Reload engine, which is probably in 5's engine.
It looks like 4, but better.
Yeah,
because they did do this cool thing where they showed side by sides. I'm like, yeah, that's fun.
Here's little chibi Chie, and now here's real Chie. And you're like, Jesus.
The other big thing too, so they were showcasing the characters, but they stopped at Yukiko, which leads me to believe they're kind of trying to hide spoilers, even though they show every fucking playable character in the trailer. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Why are they hide? I mean, Yukiko is right there at the start of the game anyway.
Well, everyone knows the main first 4.
Yeah,
I guess they were trying to hide
Yasuke, Chie, and Yukiko.
I guess they were trying to hide the later editions, even though the trailer fucking shows all of them. So I'm like, what are you even
I mean, everybody
here?
knows Teddy.
Most people know Kanji and now Ado and Risei too. It's just kind of a
maybe Adachi.
He was not in the trailer at all, which was
really interesting.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
Well, he appeared.
There's probably a good reason for that.
Well, he appeared in the background for a couple of the Dojima shots, but he didn't say a word, so we still don't know what he sounds like.
I did see, I think it was an Instagram reel of somebody being, or it's why are you so interested in the Persona 4 Revival remake? And then it was just a collage of Dojima.
God, his voice is so bad in the remake.
Oh, I know.
So that was the other big thing this trailer.
The big thing was the voice cast. Please tell me about the voice cast.
So for the most part, most of them are fine. Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko are all close enough. It's enough to annoy me, but not enough that it's gonna ruin the experience at all.
Yeah.
Like they're close enough. Teddy sounds weird, but I'll get used to that. Dojima sounds. They didn't even try. Like that one is bad. Like they did not even close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they also really were trying to be like, you remember Marie? You guys like Marie, right?
No, nobody likes Marie, but
Like,
but when you play it through the game, I think I said in our 4 review where it's like, I hate her in the moment, but when you see her entire arc, it does redeem her character.
I do love her dungeon too. Her dungeon was really fun.
Yeah, and the resolution of her arc I thought was awesome.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, thank God, she becomes an interesting human being.
Her best moments are when she's with the entire party, not just you and the protagonist.
Yes. When she's with the whole group, I love that stuff. Yeah, like everybody being confused as fuck by her is so good because you just have to put up with her like weird like tsundere shit. Yeah, but then when she's like being just this weird sarcastic person with everybody, then you're like, oh, I kind of get it now. She like fits into the hole, you know.
I love that she just calls Chie and Yukiko Mrs. Red and Green.
I think that's a Mario reference, like a subtle Mario reference.
It's possible, but she's just so perplexed by them, she can't even remember their names.
And then like Yosuke, she's always very like, "What the fuck's this guy do? This guy's deal?"
Yeah,
because he's like, dude, we know how Yosuke is. Jesus Christ.
Basically though, for the most part, it looks like it's going to just be a remake, and it's what I wish the Final Fantasy VII remake was. that's basically the way I put it.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if when Revival comes out that almost immediately there's a PC mod that puts the golden voices in it. I won't be shocked.
They did say in the trailer that they're re-recording every line in the game.
Yeah,
like
that's a lot of lines.
Basically, all the they're gonna like every social link is gonna be fully voiced this time, like every line. So
I'm good with that.
Well, I'm happy with it too.
I think it helps because some of those social links, once you're in like 5 or 6, like with Kanji, when like the deeper in you get and you're getting into more his kind of emotional issues, it's like, man, if I remember I was like, man, if these were fully voiced, they would be they would hit harder. They really would hit harder.
That's the big character that we really haven't heard his voice. Is like we haven't really heard Kanji's voice throughout the
maybe they secretly got Troy Baker and they're holding back.
That would be epic. I highly doubt it, but that would be epic.
That would require them to be subtle, and I don't think they're subtle.
Well, that's going to be such a hard character to get right.
Yeah,
especially
and Troy knocked it out of the park. He did such a fantastic job with that character.
Troy
it's probably my favorite voice acting role he's ever done.
True. Troy, and I will say Matt Mercer also did a really good job with his additional lines.
Yeah, and Mercer's a great actor as well.
Yeah.
Who is he in the FF7 remake? Is he Cloud?
Matt Mercer?
Yeah.
I don't think he's Cloud.
Because when they did Revelation, he showed up. And I'm like, who is he in the 7 remake stuff? Who does he play?
That's a good question.
I'm assuming it's a major enough character that they felt the need to bring him on.
Oh, he's Vincent.
Oh.
It actually makes a lot of sense.
That does make sense, yeah.
Although we're going from Steve Bloom to Vincent, that's interesting. I see it, but
Dirge of Cerberus remake incoming. Just you wait.
Let's not.
I think people are trying to will it into existence, and I think when like FF7 remake had Zack there, everyone went, "Oh shit, Zack," and then they're like, "Oh yeah, here's Crisis Core." So I wouldn't be surprised when everyone's like, "Oh shit, Vincent." They're like, "Here's Dirge of Cerberus,"
and then people are going to play it and be like, "What?" People are going to play and be like, "What the fuck is this story?"
I mean, I feel like if they can improve on the gameplay, I think that would be a help.
I mean, it's an average.
It needs some work.
It's an average as fuck third-person shooter with weird Cade Sith stealth sections.
Yeah,
but the story
you could tell when that game came out, Metal Gear was really popular.
Yeah,
it had that vibe to me.
That is the game where the term the complication of Final Fantasy VII got coined, because holy shit, like Advent Children was one thing. That game, what the fuck are we doing?
And I think that's why Crisis Core works so well. It's very simple.
It is.
It is a very simple story.
My favorite
So-
part about Crisis Core is
It
when
has
you're
a it knows where it's ending. Like you know what the ending point is in Crisis Core.
well, you know
So you're
Zach's
just-
gonna
so-
die.
Yeah,
It's very
Zach's
obvious.
gonna die and Cloud's gonna get his Buster Sword. So you're just kind of enjoying the ride when you get there.
Although I will say my favorite parts of Crisis Core are like when you get to a village that's not in OG7 and you're like, I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen to this village. Oh, it's on fire. Great.
What could possibly go wrong? You're like,
Well-
Bubsy, not this game. Get out of here.
And you're like, well, I guess that explains why that we never see this place later.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll mess around with when Revival. When it comes out. I think it's on Game Pass day one. I'll mess around with it. I don't anticipate playing through the whole thing because I'm like, hopefully by that point I'll be playing Persona 3 Reload. Hopefully I'll be caught up with Track Ops by that point. So I'll be playing through 3 Reload proper. So I'll be like, I don't need to play through 4 Revival.
Everybody already knows I'll be MIA for a
Oh,
while.
I know.
So,
I know.
Still doing podcasts, but I will be MIA otherwise.
Yeah. And it's because I beat 4 Golden. Like it's still fairly fresh in my brain. And I'm like, I'm not ready for a replay. Like one day I will replay it and it will be that Revival version. But for now, I'm good. It was kind of like with Silent Hill 2 when the remake was the whole thing. And then I went back and played the original because I was like, oh, it's going to be a while till I get the remake anyways. So, I have remake now, but I'm just like, the original's still fresh. I'm good. I don't need it.
Yeah. See, I actually put off my yearly playthrough of 4 because of the revivals coming out.
Not a bad idea.
Um,
But that's all of our news. Almost an hour. Sorry, guys.
I'm just gonna say, apologize in advance, but there ain't much to say about this the game for this episode.
Oh, no,
so
no. I mean, I have
Um,
things to say, but not about the game specifically.
yeah, I'll check Nintendo Music real quick. I don't think we got a major drop,
Well, we did get a new game.
did we?
Yes. It's nothing inspiring. But it's just
what-
like, oh,
What game was it?
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, that's the thing.
The dartboard theory holds true. I should coin that. I should coin that, the dartboard theory.
Yeah, that was a game I had like
Never
no
played
interest. Yeah, no interest in at all. Not because
when Dynasty Warriors 3 Remaster comes out, I'll buy that and play that and see if I actually can get into Muso games. I'm waiting for that because that's coming out, I think September or something like that.
yeah.
$40, and I'm like, you know what? I want to give a Muso game a try. This seems like the one. So we'll see. Maybe that one will make me go, oh yeah, I like Muso games because I have no idea.
I'll just stick to Fire Emblem and Persona 5 Strikers.
I
That's
did
about
like
it.
Strikers, yeah, but Strikers is different.
Yeah, well, because it's still got a Persona game in there.
Yeah, exactly. And the detective segments are really cool.
Those
So
were
yeah. So all right, finally get into our.
all right.
I wouldn't call this a game. I got
it's not.
software. Can we say software?
Carrier Fortress at Sea was more of a game than this.
Yeah. So what we're covering today is Dennis Miller. That's news to me. This was released in 1994 for the 3DO. I'm going to read. This is from dialupgames.com. It was the
Before
best.
you read that, I just want to specify one thing that just to set the tone.
Sure.
Not only does this game not have a Wikipedia page, it doesn't have a Moby Games.
Yeah, it was hard to find anything on this game.
There is like so yeah.
Oh, there is video of people like going through the whole thing.
Oh yeah, there's full
So
reviews on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, because I tried like playing it or emulating it, and I was just like, I'm literally just gonna sit here and watch these. Fuck it. I went to YouTube and somebody
let
had
it
them all. I'm like, just let it run. Just let it run while I'm doing something else in the background. So I just could listen to it. So that's what I did. But yeah, this description comes from dialupgames.com because I guess it was the only place that had a decent description. It says the game features the wry humor and satire of comedian Dennis Miller, presented in a newscast format. Players experience a series of humorous monologues and skits that touch on various socio-political topics relevant to that era. As a product of its time, the game is a peculiar mix of stand-up comedy and interactive entertainment, falling into the full motion video (FMV) genre, which was popular in the mid-90s. And yeah, so
Product of its time is a perfect description for this because Oh.
So, do you even know who Dennis Miller is?
I know he was on SNL. at one
Yeah,
point.
I fucking know who Dennis. Okay, so Dennis Miller is a comedian, political commentator guy. I'm using
That's why I
quotes.
have no interest in him whatsoever.
Yeah, so
You lost me right there.
yeah, so he got famous on he was in SNL and he was the host of Weekend Update, which for those who don't know, Weekend Update is in SNL. They do their little newscast segment. It's called Weekend Update. It started with I think it was like Dan Aykroyd and I think it was Chevy Chase, and they've done the whole. I'm not going to go through the history of SNL because that's too long and I would get bored. But like my favorite Weekend Update guy, that's probably a lot of people listening to this, is Norm Macdonald, who was a few years after him, and he was known for his shocking stuff that he would do. The jokes he'd make about O.J. Simpson and Michael Jackson and other characters. Very like Norm was very cutting edge on Weekend Update, which is why he got fired from SNL. But we're not talking about Norm. But Dennis Miller basically was that. And so that's news to me, is basically him returning to that format where he's like sitting at a desk talking about, certain things of the time and, doing the headline with a attempt at a joke. And then we move on to the next thing. So in fact, so the PC version of this has a specific intro that I found where it's Dennis basically talking about what this whole thing is. And that's basically what it is, where he's like, I'm going to cover, all the major news topics from the year 1993. And they're all, organized into specific categories and by month. So you can keep track of everything, which is nice. Actually, it is nice that they organize it all by like, it is all 1993. And it's like, January through December. And then it's like politics, sports, entertainment, world news. I think those are the four main genres for each month. And there's just various clips of various things that he's talking about in 93. So 1993 was Bill Clinton's first year as president. So there's a lot of talk about that. And when Bill and Hillary Clinton were trying to reform the healthcare system, that worked out so fucking well, didn't it? But then you have other things like Jurassic Park and was the big hit movie. Of course, talk about the Super Bowl and the NBA Finals and the normal stuff, right? And when this was going on, I was like, I think I can definitively say this is the most dated thing we've played on this, because it's just one fucking year in like an hour of this shit.
If you thought Gex was dated.
I mean, Gex is timeless compared to this shit. Holy crap. Yeah. And like the format and all of that is fine. It's
well made, but it's like,
but the problem is Dennis Miller himself. Now, Dennis Miller, this was the era where he was you can tell he's trying to be like one of those centrist guys. Yeah. Like I make fun of both sides, but like if you look him up these days, he's very much on the right. Very much on the right. In fact, on his Wikipedia, there's a whole thing about how like 9/11 broke his brain and turned him into a conservative. But yet there are people in SNL around him who were like, he always kind of was. It's just that was his moment to really shine. I mean, and these days, like he was on Bill O'Reilly when Bill O'Reilly was still on Fox. Like he would show up there every week and again just do the same shtick. And his shtick where he comments on a little news topic and then tries to throw in a really bad joke, and then that's it. And every joke sucked. Not one of them was funny.
If you told me this game was a comedy game, you surprised me because I got bored, very bored.
There was one joke I laughed at, I think just because it was so stupid. And it was a joke that I would make. It was the Star Trek one, because 93 was the debut of Deep Space Nine, right? And he said, Star Trek fans are a little worried because of the cancellations of Star Trek's Deep Space 1 through 8.
That's bad.
That was the only one. That was the only one that got me. So I'm like, that is so fucking stupid. I'm like, I would make that joke.
That's a joke that I've made in not Star Trek, but like other things.
Yeah. I mean, it's the thing of like, the internet is so good. Where's the internet too? It's the same thing. And when this was going, every time I was like, it's set up like a joke. it's not like they're written poorly in terms of structure. It's like it has the setup and then the punchline. Like it works in that case, but nothing. Didn't get even a chuckle. I groaned half the time because these were just, we're not going to go through all of them. No, but like they were just demonstrably bad. And I'm like, who the fuck thought this guy was ever funny? Like, who thinks Dennis Miller's funny? He's not funny.
Most reviews were commenting that like the game's fails at its one objective.
Yeah,
to be a comedy game.
Like it's like I think the issue with like a Dennis Miller, right, is that he reminds me a lot of Bill Maher, where it's that kind of like snooty guy who pretends to be above everybody because he doesn't politically take a side, bro, even though he clearly has a side. You know, when you actually, if you listen to him enough, you can kind of pick out his opinions. You know, but like he you can tell he's like looking down at everybody, like looking down his nose, and, you know, thinks he's funnier and wittier than he is, you know, that kind of guy. And it's like, this fucking sucks. You know, comedians who punch down are always bad. Yeah. Right? Like to paraphrase from like George Carlin, but I think other comedians have said this, where the best comedians are always punching up at the people who are in power because, you know, they can take the punch, right? And we all have like a distaste for those people in general anyway. So joking about them is easy to do, and people kind of get into it. Yeah.
I mean, George Carlin was a master, though.
Oh my God, he can make fart jokes incredible, you know? The George Carlin joke I always tell to crack my dad up because he loves it. He loves the jumbo shrimp joke. I don't know if you know that one, where, you know, George's big thing was language, the silliness of, you know, English, where he's like, you know, it's like, oh, it has jumbo shrimp. He's like, well, what am I going to get? A big shrimp or a little jumbo? You know, that kind of thing. But the joke I can always consistently do to make my dad laugh is there was one time Carlin was on Leno and just did a bunch of just random small jokes. And he said, one time, you know, I was out in public. I had to go to the bathroom. I used the handicap stall. I come out of it. The guy says, hey, are you handicapped? I go, not anymore.
Yeah.
You know, just, yeah, like little quirky things like that.
He had an interesting way of like, he would articulate himself. That was one of the main reasons why he was so good as the fucking Thomas the Tank Engine narrator.
Oh yeah, like he could do anything, you know.
Well,
like,
you know the story about why he took that role, right?
Because he wanted to like appeal to younger audiences.
He wanted to showcase his softer side, but he also said he liked the stories and he liked the way that they didn't talk down to people.
Yeah, because George has always been that kind of guy. Like he despises people who talks down to other people. You know, he's very much trying to like be inclusive and bring everybody in, you know, like he's never against criticizing other groups and all that, but it's never from like a talking down perspective, you know, like he had a bit on like feminism that I always really liked, where he's like, you know, all the feminist literature I've read, yeah, I agree with all of it, but he's like, but at a certain point they're instead of a manhole cover, it's a personhole cover. I think that's taking it a little too far. He's like, what is it now, David Letterperson?
Yeah, I mean, he's got
again,
he's got a point.
But it always comes back to like just making fun of like language and the way like American culture has like shaped language to be presented in these very kind of weird esoteric ways. Like that's always been the core of his comedy, and that's why it works. You know, just him poking at all these little things, right? And it comes from a guy that you can tell is incredibly smart, very well read, you know, very curious. You know, he's always questioned things, and that's always why I loved Carlin. Like I would argue he's a fucking philosopher. Though there's that Norm Macdonald quote where he's like, you know, I always hate that comedians are compared to modern day philosophers, because I feel like that's doing a disservice to I don't know, modern day philosophers.
Yeah,
but I mean, there is a truth to there, you know. But that kind of comes back around to Dennis Miller, where it's like, he doesn't have like a core of anything. The core of his comedy, or the core of what he's trying to do, is just that like he's like a smug prick who thinks everything sucks. You know, like there's hints of like xenophobia in there, and all the phobias, because I mean the 90s, but like
In 93, 4.
yeah,
so.
so but like and there are little bits, little times he'll take a jab at like a Republican or something like that here and there, right? Because it feels like it fits in there, but it always feels like he's doing it as a concession, not that he like genuinely believes it. And I think that's my issue with Dennis Miller and even guys like Bill Maher, is that like I don't feel like they genuinely mean what they say anyways, because they can't present what they actually feel, because if they do, they would get shit on for being shitheads.
Yeah.
They would just be Tony Hinchcliffe, who's an absolute fucking shit human being, and I wish nothing but the worst for him.
I don't know who it is, so I'm just gonna smile and nod.
He's another like fucking stand-up comedian who spoke at like a Trump rally and is very
Gotcha.
openly like a Nazi shithead, basically.
Okay, so
It's a,
reasons why I have no idea who
yeah,
he is.
he sucks. He sucks.
Right there.
Sorry, I sound like a comedy nerd. I'm really sorry, guys, but like, I like comedy, and I've listened to a lot of different comedians and have found what I like and kind of what I don't like. And yeah, Dennis Miller fits very much in the like, why do people like this guy? Like, I don't get it. Like, I've never seen his stand-up. Maybe his stand-up's a little bit better.
Supposedly,
I don't know.
from the few reviews I saw, a lot of them said get one of his stand-up videos, and I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it.
I mean, I could have for the research of this just out of curiosity, but I'm just reviewing this for what I was given.
Yeah.
And nothing about this makes me want to go dig more into Dennis Miller.
No, not
Really.
really.
I mean, I did find like it was like a Bill O'Reilly clip, and he's doing the same shit. The exact same shtick. Where it's like, oh, this thing in the news happened. Oh, this is about a dumber than a blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, dude, come on. Like,
I do.
Like, they're not even like dad jokes where it's like they're so bad you just laugh at it because it's like an anti-joke kind of thing, or like punny kind of humor. Like it's not there, because again, it just comes off like, I feel like he wants to present himself as like, I don't know, maybe like a Steve Martin, like an everyman kind of way, but he just doesn't have that down to earth nature that makes that work. That's why somebody like, say, like a Steve Martin, who doesn't still really do stand up anymore, but like his stuff still works because he's just a silly, down to earth kind of guy. And you kind of appreciate that, he's like that silly guy, He's just, Dennis isn't that. He's a snob. And those are the worst comedians, snobs. The absolute worst.
I'm just like looking at images on like looking up this game on Google Images is funny because it basically gives up after like two pages. But I found scrolling down, I found a YouTube video. It says the most cringe game on the 3DO console, and it's the game's cover, full game in quotation marks, and then it's that Robert Downey Jr. like eye roll image. And I'm just like, yeah, that's about right.
That is absolutely accurate. Apparently, according to his Wikipedia, he also messed with props at a certain point in his career,
Okay.
And it's like, I have my issues with prop comedy, but we're not going to get into that. Though I think Carrot Top's better than he gets credit for, though. But that's, again, we're not here to dissect other fellow comedians, are we?
I have to say, I love the cover for this game, not because it's good, just because it's so ironic.
I mean, it's the definition of punchable face.
Well, he's got God, he almost looks like Trip Hawkins to a degree, which is kind of funny. But sorry, Trip.
I feel like Trip's funnier than Dennis Miller.
He probably is. But I just love how it said it's scandal, disaster, conflict, and comedy. It's serious fun. Which one of these is the true statement?
It was honestly, the only funny thing was the context of like the certain things they were complaining about with like the Clinton presidency in the first year. And I'm like, oh, buddy, you have not seen the worst of it yet.
Yeah.
But like when I was done with it, or the whole time I was trying to think, I meant to ask this question earlier, was this meant to be a series? So, I feel like this was meant to be a yearly thing where it was like, here's 93 and then next year we'll do 94, like he would have kept going.
So what's interesting to me too is not only they're talking about 93,
yes,
but at the same time, but it's like humor from 94 when it was recorded. So it's like kind of a weird, confused kind of game is the way I kind of felt while watching it, because you don't play this game.
I think it's confused because you could tell Dennis Miller really liked the Weekend Update format, but nobody wanted to pick just that up for a fucking TV show. Like, he wasn't on SNL anymore, and like he couldn't do his little shtick. Like in like if you ever watch The Daily Show, like Louis Black occasionally will come on and do his little segment, Back in Black, where he just does his Louis Black thing, bitching about something, but he's actually funny, So on a comedy show, The Daily Show. So
there's another Dennis Miller game.
Oh no.
So I was doing some research because trying to figure out who made this game is also equally as challenging.
Is the other one just a follow-up to this, or is it just the PC version? Because there is a PC version of this where it's the same thing, but the menu, the UI is a little different.
I'm going to check and make sure this isn't just another game, because they're listed next to each other. Let me see here. Oh God, yeah, it is another game. So there's also Dennis Miller. It's Geek to Me.
Oh no!
What is this?
Oh, is it him talking about because there was one video game thing, and this entire thing, I forget where it was.
This is even more obscure than this is even more obscure than than this game.
Yeah. But there was one story in here relating to video games. There was one. Oh, it was at the very end. It was at December because it was December of 94 when the ESRB formally established.
Yes.
Because I think it was in August of 94. It was when I think it was Nintendo, Sega, and everybody formally went to Congress and said, hey, we're going to form a third-party entertainment software ratings board. But I think it didn't formally establish till later in the year, in December. And he commented on that. And that was the one video game story he had. Because I was thinking, this is a video game. You could mention something else video game related, but but maybe it was embarrassed to be that. I don't know.
Okay, so
because
according
Dennis
to
Miller
this,
seems like the kind of guy who would be embarrassed to be seen as anything other than what he wants everybody to see him as.
Yeah. So according to Kotaku, which is the only website I found that actually has any information,
it's on the Internet Archive.
So apparently it was never actually released for 3DO, so we can avoid it. We don't have to play it.
Thank God. And no, we won't be covering this.
I mean, it looks worse, and there's less about it out there. So no, thank you. But the only interesting thing is, I'm trying. There isn't really no info on who made this game. It was published by Sanctuary Woods, and the only reason that's fascinating is that is also the same studio that published It's a Bird's Life.
So is that who did That's Geek to Me, or That's News to Me?
They did both.
That makes sense.
They have it listed under 3DO, but it never came out.
They peaked with Shelley Duvall.
I mean, that was more of a game.
Yeah. Well, and that was like Shelley Duvall and her partner showing us all their birds and having a fun. That was pleasant. And Shelley Duvall is a pleasant, lovely human being. Dennis Miller is not. He sounds like a fucking like the dude at the family reunion you really don't want to talk to, because you get trapped in that little two-way conversation with them, and you're like, I'm just gonna have to sit here for 45 minutes and just nod my head.
Yeah. Until
I get my chance to leave, or you're just like, please, somebody be like, hey, come go look at this thing, or get me out of this fucking. He's that guy, because he's just gonna go on and on and on, and it's like, dude, you are not what you want to be.
So what's crazy is when you go under Sanctuary Woods Moby Games page too, they don't even list this game. This game is completely just doesn't exist as far as the internet's concerned.
So I pulled up a quick play of That's Geek to Me, and it's a bunch of just various computer tech words that have an animated nerd guy giving you photorealism means blah, blah, blah. And then you have Dennis Miller on the other side doing his it's oh, now do a silly one, random access memory, and then he's last time I rammed somebody was your mom, or some bullshit.
Okay,
You
so
know,
it's
I'm-
even more cringe somehow.
Yeah, like hold
Or
on.
yeah, we don't have to play that. That's fine.
Here, I'm just gonna take a second just to see what this is.
Yeah. It's still crazy to me though, just trying to find. Oh, there's a how long to beat on this game. That's
I'll say
That's-
the Miller thing took me about the YouTube video I watched was about under an hour, and that was all I could stomach. I paused it like 3 times because I needed a break from the incessantness, you know. And Rye is like really being generous with
Okay.
his humor because Rye means dry basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, his humor comes off very dry, but like very few people do dry humor really well. Like the Brits do it well. Bill Murray famously, another stand-up I like, Stephen Wright. His dry humor is great, but like he has like the delivery of a comedian, but it's always said very dry, where he's like, in my house I put in a skylight. The people who live above me are furious. But it's basically like you have to, like, the only way dry works is if you say something absurd, but in a dry way. Like that's the joke, right?
Yeah.
So, but Dennis
So-
doesn't do that shit. He's just like a newscaster who's trying to be like, oh, blah, 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 like he's trying to impress you. That's another thing. Comedians who you feel like are trying to impress you with their jokes, but not in like a joking, but trying to do that kind of thing. And it's like, dude, go back to the drawing board.
So it's kind of funny. Just this how long to beat thing just kind of made me laugh. It's listed here. It has no box art available. 0 playing, 0 backlogs, 0 replays, 0 retired, a 30% rating, and 1 beat, but they didn't actually catalog how long it took them.
I mean, who fucking cares, really?
I know. It's just such a... Someone took the time to say they played this game, but then didn't actually, like, give anything else.
It was probably Dennis Miller himself.
Does he know how the internet works?
I mean, I would assume so. But, like, I mean, I don't even know who his audience is. Unless it's just a bunch of people who are, like, scared of brown people. That's the only thing that's the only audience I feel like these people even have. Like the people who like think Greg Gutfeld is really funny. And I know you have no idea who that is.
Nope.
It's better that way. Like the people who like, I don't know, unironically like Ben Shapiro. How about that? People are like, oh, he's really people are like, oh, he's really smart. They probably like Dennis Miller.
Oh,
so yeah. When you think about it logically, Dennis Miller, he's speaking the news right at me. Logically, it feels like he's talking straight to me, and it makes me feel very big and important.
So I found a review.
A big strong boy, as opposed to the little tiny boy that I am. They have to lift my seat up about 3 feet when I film, because otherwise I would be at the very bottom of the frame. I'm a very tiny boy.
So I found
Abby Shapiro. That's a whole nother can of worms.
Ironically, I know more about her than him, which is not much.
What 2 things you like about her, Bill? Her big blue eyes.
The only thing I know about her is videos making fun of things. So yeah, but moving on from that.
Hey.
So I did go into.
Hey, nothing wrong with it.
No.
I'm sure her back's in pain all the fucking time.
Probably. So I did find GameFAQs had a review, and the review title just kind of made me laugh. It just simply says, "The perfect example of why the 3DO was not a popular system." And I'm just like, I don't think this
PC, dipshit.
I also don't think this game had anything to do with the 3DO's failure.
No, this is not a representation of the 3DO at all. But it's funny. I think when we started doing this was one of the first things I saw, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? We got to cover this thing at some point." So I did kind of,
it's like,
and I'm like, ugh. I mean, at least, like, I'm gonna give it's better than Shadow War of Succession. That's still our bottom of the list, because this while this isn't a game, it's at least like it's like oh, it's like
functioning product.
it's an hour of bad humor. I could deal with that. It's not the first time I've been to like a bad stand-up show. Like it's fine.
I'll give it credit where it's due. The presentation's good. Like the full motion video's pretty okay.
Sure.
It's set up fine. Like it's not like a pain in the ass to navigate.
It functions.
It's just boring.
It's just not funny at all. Like if this was like Norm Macdonald, that's news to me. This would have been awesome. Just hearing Norm make just random stupid jokes about that. I'd have the time of my life. But
you know it's bad when like Screw Attack's Hard News was funnier.
Oh God.
Well, with the first guy, not Pro Jared. Pro Jared isn't fun.
Destin?
Yeah, Destin was okay.
I always like Destin. Where is Destin these days?
He worked for IGN last I could check. He came back for the Side Scrollers reunion, then he left after one episode when he realized what that show was going to be.
He's like, oh, never mind, I'm out.
I think he was like, Craig, I still want to be friends, but I ain't doing this.
Smart for him.
Yeah. But
oh, God, this sucked. This was terrible. Stay away. Stay away.
I'm gonna say don't bother.
Dennis Miller, stay away from me.
Like, hey, don't emulate this because you're wasting your time. Don't even watch a YouTube video. Like, there's no point. It's stupid.
Because you'll probably have the same reaction as us. You'll either be like, "What?" or like, "That's not funny," or the worst is when you get the joke and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah. See, for me, I put it on in the background while I was doing other things, and I kept getting distracted by the other things I was doing and not paying attention to it because I did not care. I was like,
the full. If you want the full Thrack experience, have this on in the background while you're playing like Epic Mickey Rebrushed. That's the Thrack experience right there for you.
I'm sure Epic Mickey was more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that game was fine. It was better than this.
How is Rebrushed compared to the original?
It's better than the original. I always thought back in the day when I played Epic Mickey, I'm like, this needs to be on a more powerful machine, and it is now. So it's like cool, and you know, it's clearly a platformer made for like 8-year-olds. So it's like it's not. If you're trying to play it now, you'd probably just be like, this is a little boring and a little slow.
My favorite
like,
part
aesthetically, it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's all like the run down, like Disneyland stuff. Like the art style is fantastic.
Even on the Wii, it looked good.
Yeah. So
I just find
it's not an amazing game, but it's fine.
I just always found it really funny that it was made by the same guy who made Deus fucking X. Like, what a
and the whole story of how that game came to be because Disney didn't own Oswald. So like there was like a weird chain of events that had to happen for them to acquire Oswald for the game. It's fascinating. I won't go into it here. It involves Sunday Night Football. I'm not even kidding.
It
involves NB fucking C. But you know, because development of the game started in like 2003. It's a whole thing. Yeah, and I tried playing the sequel. The sequel is not good.
It's rough. It's very rough.
I mean, the first game's kind of rough, but it's fine. It gets a pass because I like the concept enough. It's just if this game was made for like 13-year-olds, it'd be a better game instead of 8-year-olds.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I bought the sequel for the Wii U thinking it would be a good time, and
I have it on here because it's backwards compatible.
Yeah,
because Disney were like, "Oh yeah, you can make our shit backwards compatible. We don't care. Fuck it, do everything. We don't care."
Yep.
So I can play DuckTales Remastered on here, which is great.
Still on my PS3.
Yep. But yeah, Dennis Miller, fuck off. This shit sucks. You're not funny. You're not funny. You don't have good political opinions. You're a leech, and I feel like most people don't even care about him anymore. Anyways.
No, I guarantee you.
Correct.
I guarantee you, no one's going to be that upset that we only talk about it for. Actually, we got about 38 minutes out of it. That's pretty good for us.
Yeah, but like, basically, if you watch any like Bill Maher now, you're kind of getting the same thing. But also, Bill Maher fucking sucks.
I have a
Islamophobic shithead.
Yeah, I have a strong suspicion that the people watching this episode aren't watching it for the actual game. They're just watching because they like our show.
Thank you all. Thank you all for putting up with this shit.
If you're still here, thanks. Because
I mean, hey, we're at this point we're covering everything the 3DO has to offer, so we have to go through the dregs to get to the good stuff.
Is it bad that porn games were more interesting?
I mean, you get more out of them.
even fucking Neurodancer was more interesting. That game's dog shit.
Oh yeah, that game was bad. Yeah, but at least like the Vivid stuff, it's like, yeah, I get some entertainment value out of this for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Ugh.
is anybody sexually attracted to Dennis Miller? I don't think his wife is. Yeah, he has a wife.
I mean, there's somebody for everybody.
Some women have low standards, but not low enough for me. Anyways, I think that's going to do it.
We'll wrap it up there. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on the 3DO Experience. You can find 3DO Experience on all the major podcasting platforms. Check us out on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site.
Yeah.
I think you're 6-7.
No.
I don't know.
That meme is dead.
No, it's not. It'll keep coming back.
I hate that every time somebody, because at like my work, I deal with, like freight bill numbers and stuff, and I'll see them together, and my head registers it, but I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I still have it.
There's a machine where I work, because all the machines in the shop are numbered, and literally one of them is literally machine number 67. And I'm always like, I'm just laughing every time I see it. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And it's right in the middle of the fucking room, dude.
So you walk by it all the time.
Oh, yeah. I see it from the grinder I'm running right now. I'm just like, the funny part about the 6-7 meme is the fact
every time someone does 69, I always say nice. I always find a way to throw it in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who says it. I'll just, even if it's like somebody who's just like, oh, this only cost you like $9.69. I just go, nice.
Yeah.
I always throw it in there.
The funniest part about 6-7 to me is the fact that the people who created it, they've given up on it, like they've moved on, but now like just like fucking millennials are just holding on to it and just making fun of them. I mean,
the only people I know who like say it are like kids my son's age.
I hear
there are still kids who still do it like all the time, but it feels like they're holding on to it because the concept of a dead meme hasn't entered their brain yet. They don't understand that concept yet. So they're just holding on for dear life.
It's one of the few viral memes that Gen Alpha created, and they're just like, it's ours.
Oh, they'll get another one.
Oh, yeah, eventually. Yeah, moving on from that, though, check out all the awesome shows over on Superpod. Check out the Superpod Instagram. It's not dead. I'm trying to keep that alive.
You literally brought it to life.
I'm doing something with it.
Yeah, you put the EKG machine on it because no disrespect to Boss Man, but he tackles too much stuff and I think forgets about shit all the time. It's like, bro, come on.
It's fair. He's got a lot on his plate.
I mean, I get it, but like, just deviate that shit to other people. Be like, you do that. You're the boss man. You can basically be like, there's this thing I want to do. You fucking do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just be like, okay.
That's why I basically just took over the Instagram. I'm like, yeah, this is mine now. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's why like me and Tony and some other people have to regulate the game club a little bit.
Yeah, because yeah. But yeah. Anyways, though, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.
If you're not playing on a 3DO system, what are you playing with?